It would probably be good to start the damn video, huh? What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Girl. 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 Um, let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion, the documentary. I watched it twice. Um, I had a good weekend. Relaxing weekend. Didn't do much, just, took care of some, things. Didn't do too much. um, Mostly relaxed, watched a couple documentaries, and I watched Megan's documentary on Saturday, and it was good. It was good. It was sad, but I'm glad that she documented this part of her life. She can have another documentary down the road, but I think the beginning of her career and how it took off, her relationship with her mother, all of the life changes that she went through as her star was rising. It's a good story. It's a good story. And I'm glad she told it. It's called In Her Words. I'm glad she told it from her perspective. I'm glad she spoke about how she was treated by the industry, how the men in the industry jumped on the bandwagon and, locked arms, the brother code, the boys club, when a woman is on the other end of it and the man is the aggressor, the abuser, the perpetrator, whatever the violent part he took in this woman's life, men stand up. They stand up with each other. They lock arms with each other. I'm so glad she showed LeBron James' face. Yes, I'm so glad she showed that man at FedEx. I'm so glad she showed his face. Y'all sharing stuff publicly. It's being used in these people's documentaries. You know, um, all the people saying all the negative things about her, how it made her feel, how she had suicidal ideations. So it was really deep. It was really deep, and I also like how it touched on how women, and specifically melanated women, are conditioned to, one, not look at themselves as the victim because the victim lost someone. Kind of cringe a little bit when people say, I'm not a victim. And like, you were totally victimized. You were totally a victim of something. And I think that we do have this thing where even in our minds, we're victim blaming. So to the point where we don't even allow that for us to sit in the fact that we were victimized by someone in some way, and how she just continued to work and continue to work and not be concerned and just keep working. But it showed her kind of breaking down, showed the relationship with her mother, how her mother was everything. She looked to her mother for everything. Her mother was a rapper, and she was inspired by her mother. Like, her mother really inspired her, and it was good to see her mom. I wish her mother was still here. Um, and she said it. She was like, if my mom was here, I wouldn't know half of these people. And we kept saying it. Like, we were down here saying, she's had a lot of life changing experiences. And in the music industry, in the industry as a whole, entertainment industry, it's really difficult to find someone who is authentically there for you. She talked about Kelsey. Kelsey was in it. It was really sad to see Kelsey in the documentary because you were there and you chose a man. Like, you literally chose a man over your friend. I don't care what y'all say. She chose a man over her friend. And the fact that you called yourself being mad at a nigga that was being passed around, and it's so weird. Like, this was your man. Tory Lanez was not Kelsey's man. Man, your man? You're like, y'all was talking like y'all was trying to date, like, for real? Like, come on, Kelsey. Like, for real. And the fact that, I'm glad that Megan included her because she is a part of her story. It would be a lie not to include her in, like, the beginning, like seeing her saying that she's going to be there and this is on a deeper level and we deeper than this, we deeper than all of this stuff. You ain't deeper than a nigga, apparently. Ain't deeper than as far as the nigga goes. And with his little ass, it was a puddle. It ain't that deep. Girl, ugh. I was like, unfortunately, like, girl, you made a choice. There would be like when Meg started crying and was like, there's no way, I don't give a fuck what we going through as friends. As if a nigga shot me, I'm going to tell. I'm going to say, like, you're my friend. Everything comes before all of this. But apparently, I don't know if Kelsey was being also influenced by her current partner. I don't know if he's still her partner now, but the guy she had a baby with. I don't know if he was helping her, because again, you will be thinking like, oh, I'm gonna ask my man for advice, but he's bro code. He's operated and conditioned and programmed to align with bro code. So he's gonna, dismiss, negate everything that goes against her. And it's unfortunate. It's really, really sad that it's documented that you like betrayed, like she betrayed Megan. Y'all keep talking about, because see, y'all are so focused on dick and niggas and dick and niggas. So the idea, oh my God, she lied. She was messing with her friend's man, and she wasn't. And y'all know she wasn't. But there's something about Meg, and I'm glad that she also said when a woman is confident in her sexuality, she has autonomy, she has agency, people do not like it, especially men. They do not like when a woman is in control. They do not like when a woman is liberated. They need women to be dominated. They need women to be submissive. They need women to be exploited. They need women to be controlled. And that is their modus operandi. That is what it is. That is the end of the day, to have you in some type of submissive maid, mule, mattress, working, pimp, whore relationship. It's something of that in some way. It's something of that. And I'm so glad she said that, because I've been saying it about the internet age, and Cardi B, she ushered in the internet age of the women not needing men to help them to the next level, not needing a man to put their music out there, not needing a man to nothing. Like, and the men are so disgusted by the freedom that female rappers have. They hate it. I don't know too many of them who like it. The fact that they cannot control the woman in music anymore. So it baffles me when women are trying to get into music industry and they still go to a man for help. You don't have to do that anymore. You do not have to do that. And men like Joe Budden, LeBron James, all, talking about free Tory. I was so glad that she kept all of that in there. Shout out to Funky Doniva and TGIF. They were on there. They were talking a little bit on there. I wish that she would have included the people who were supporting her, right? I wish that would have been included. The people who, even my son wasn't 15 at the time, but at the time he was like, it makes the rationale that people are using to even blame her for being shot, like the fact, none of that has anything to do with the other. None of that led up to, if she was so called mad at him, why didn't she shoot his ass? Why would, if I'm mad at you for messing with Kylie or whatever the shit. I remember I kept telling y'all they're trying to make it seem like it's a love triangle. They have to inject sex somehow, some way. But sex does not determine whether a person is going to be kind to you or not, or treat you a certain way. So the fact that everybody was so concerned, and even her saying, I was hold on, let me put this on. I was even getting caught up in the juiciness of the story. And like I said on Twitter, I wish that she had a publicist to tell her, if they ask you if you had sex with him, say it's not important. Because then Gayle King would have had to explain, why was that piece of information important? Because the truth is, men kill every day. A man kills a woman he has had sex with every single day, multiple times a day. So the fact, if they did, and she admitted that they did maybe once, twice on a drunk night, And the fact that everybody doesn't understand that those types of things can happen, but it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that he took a gun out and pulled a trigger, but then also said he didn't do it. So if he didn't do it, then did Kelsey do it? So why didn't you say she did it? If did the driver do it? Why didn't you say he did it? So then injecting like, oh, I didn't do it, and then everybody like really like having conversations when a doctor said she had bullet fragments in her foot. And the reason it's I love that they posted the clip of Joe Button saying she said she lied because she was protecting a black man. And now you're doing everything to bring him down. No, he did everything himself to bring it down, bring it down. His ass should have stayed quiet. But no, he wanted to get in front of the lie. Remember the same way that he did when Tory Lane set up that shot where he acted like he was giving a dark skinned woman on his video shoot preferential treatment and acting like he was like that, and that was totally made up, and the girl came out and said that's not the narrative of what happened. He's a liar. But the fact that you think that after a man shoots a woman, she's still supposed to protect the black man, no, I completely understood why she said, oh, I stepped on glass. In the height of what was going on after GF just got shot or whatever what happened to him, that nobody wanted to be having any kind of interactions with the cops. Nobody to this day, nobody wants to have interactions with the cops. Nobody. And the fact that you're dealing with entertainers, they don't know who y'all are, but y'all black folks in the middle of the night driving around, and you say everybody would have gone to jail with your bloody foot, everything. Everybody would have gone to jail. So the fact that people don't understand why she lied because she wanted to kind of save everybody, but then also expecting her to like lay on the sword and protect him all the way to the end when he actually shot you. There's no way in the world should you ever take the blame, lie for somebody that has harmed you. No, we're not playing those games. We are not protecting people who have harmed us. Absolutely not. So I had some tweets that um let me see if I can pull up my tweets. I have my coffee here. I haven't had a chance to do a roll some reefer up, but I have a little joint right here. Okay, let's see. I watched it and I was tweeting at the same time. Yes, a man is not going to be my downfall. I will refuse to have this man shoot me, and then for him to say dance bitch, and knowing that that's what it's almost the symbolism of this woman. To me, it felt like this. And I love the animation in between to kind of tell different parts of the story, telling the parts of the story where her mom died, how she felt like she was drowning when she went to the court. But the symbolism for me is that here's this woman who is, what she say, treats nigga like a charcuterie board, right? When y'all treating these niggas like a death row meal, I'm treating these niggas like it's a bunch of them. Yes, we know it's a bunch of them, and the majority of them are of low quality. Like literally, pick them niggas like you pick your fruit. Shout out to Erica Badu. The way that she is autonomous, she has agency, she is and she's comfortable with her body. She dances, she moves her body for this little short, he might be slightly above standard artists, but you're not, no way, and will never be like Megan Thee Stallion. So this symbol of this little short egoic man with that wears little horns on his head and on his hat, running around, jumping up his little buckles, running down the hallway, jumping up, hitting people's little legs, swinging in the air as he jumps up to hit August Alsina. The symbolism of this little angry short munchkin trying to shoot a woman in her feet so that she can no longer dance, stand up, be who she is, tall as she is, right? Be who she is. The symbol of him doing that, and then like she may not be able to dance, or her feet were hurt, like doing that, her harming her in that way is so symbolic of everything. Everything. If I see this woman rising, I'm going to be this little short man who's going to shoot her to take her down. I'm going to shoot her and take her down. And then I'm going to lie about it. And then men and women are going to come out and support me against her, call her a liar, act like the fact is a bullet left the chamber of a gun and it hit her. He shot it. There you go. You got to go. A man is not going to be the reason why I fall down. And I'm glad she persevered. That's why I was, and like even the symbolism of Hollywood Unlocked giving Jonathan Majors, a grown ass fucking this nigga, a perseverance award, and not giving that to Megan Thee Stallion was on trend. It actually was on trend to give somebody like really who really didn't, nigga, you didn't really go through anything. Nothing was really on the line. Nothing was really on the line because we know how men bounce back. We know how men bounce back. And the girls are ready to give you a motherfucking trampoline. They really are. They're making it right now for you to bounce back, boo. I can't, like, just thinking about that fact that they gave Jonathan Majors that award and what Megan Thee Stallion went through. Lorianne was there. She did choreography for her, tour or whatever, her shows or whatever. And Megan was showing that she was kind of declining, like she's not having fun. This is really taking a toll on her. I was making friends with anybody. All of us were saying it. When you are going through something and you don't really have a strong foundation, anybody's a friend, everybody's a friend, and those friends aren't your friend. Like her father said, she said her father used to say, everything that grin ain't your friend. And I love that she said that. And they showed Tori in the camera smiling, little fucking munchkin, smiling. Motherfucker, you shot her. And I'm so glad they showed every single person that was in support, everybody that was so focused on the sex, everybody. That none of that mattered. Because, like I said earlier, men kill women they have sex with every single day. In the time that I was talking, in the time that I've been on here, a man has killed a woman who he had sex with. So, what does any of that mean? It's embarrassing that it's so embarrassing that a man that you had an intimate moment with would actually pull out a gun and fire it and shoot it at you. And Slim Thug came out online and was talking about how these niggas, after watching that and seeing how it was, because if you're just taking clips here and there, but to just see it and how much of it was happening, and the people jumping up in the camera, Tasha K, Milagro Grams, all the people that were just like, she must have did this, and so focused on the sex part. And then showing him coming out with that video, showing the baby just a few weeks ago was like, she need to come back home. Fuck your home, little munchkin, your little mushroom home, your little gnome home. Fuck you, you little garden gnome. You brought that man out on stage. What you were doing singles with that girl, did I think two singles with the baby. You did two singles with that girl. Y'all would have been great making singles together, but you fucked up, because what supersedes everything before their relationship with you? Their relationship with other men. I'm telling you, that boys club is deep. It's deep, and it goes deep. And when one speaks out against it, he's every fucking name in the book. They throwing tomatoes at his ass. Let a nigga speak up for Megan Thee Stallion. The other niggas is like, wait a minute, nigga, you off code. You off code. They lock arms like Voltron when it's a woman being abused. And women who stand in for it. It's so disgusting. It is so disgusting. And Kelsey, I would feel like a fucking fool if if I was Kelsey and watched that documentary, I know she watched it because she wants to see herself. I know she watched it. Oh, it's deeper. I'm gonna be here because her mother. Da 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 da. No, liar, a liar. I said I'm glad she documented all the niggas who supported Tory Lanez, including the Puffy clip of saying that he's has a mean and toxic side to him. Puffy, they showed a clip of Tory Lanez talking to Puffy, two violent individuals talking to each other, giving each other their accolades, giving each other praise. Oh man, that means a lot. You're my favorite R&B singer. Oh man, that means a lot. He has on a fitted with two little horns on it, talking to fucking Lucy. That's what somebody said they call. Who said they call Puffy? Oh, that man who has the Kim Porter's flash drives and stuff. He said he calls him Lucifer, and they sitting up there laughing. And he says, I have a mean, toxic side to myself. I get it. Yeah, I have a deep-seated hatred for women, and I love to see them be abused. And when one of you abuse them, I rejoice, and we lock arms, and we come together, and we support the person who abused the woman. That's the side y'all on. That's some crazy shit to me. Can you imagine your father in the documentary talking the way these disgusting, vile niggas were talking shit about Megan? I'm glad she included all their faces. Yeah, kid, that's your dad. That FedEx dude, oh, they on your ass, motherfucker. And if you ain't been fired from FedEx yet, you had a FedEx shirt on talking about he got 10 years. He should have just aimed for her head. That's what he said. Yes. For what? Aim at her head for what? Because she says she's better than you. The ego. Let me tell you something. When a man is as tall as a motherfucking garden gnome, you cannot say anything about him. You always have to give him praise because he's going to jump up and hit you or pull out a gun and shoot you. I can imagine. Right. She talked about being on stage, not knowing who was who. All those people, men calling for her death, women in support of that, calling for her death, calling for her to have been harmed worse than she was harmed. She doesn't know. She's looking out in the audience. I don't know, in the sea of people who can just pull out anything and just go crazy and really harm me. The anxiety that she must have felt trying to perform, and then like on top of that, having all of these traumatic events happen to you, people that you trusted have betrayed you. You're like, you literally feel by yourself. Who do you trust? Who can you trust? Who can you trust? Kelsey, your best friend. She was there with you from the beginning. She's the one who uploaded her video to YouTube. The first time I saw who Megan Thee Stallion was, she's a video she got out of the car. She has these camouflage pants on and a black top. That's the first time I saw Megan Thee Stallion. I was like, "Ooh, who is she? She is flowing." Yes. Been a fan since. Am still a fan of hers and a supporter of hers because do that shit, girl. Do it. But at the same time, I'm glad that message is there. Like, I have to stop. I have to take a break. I need some time. I have to go. I can't keep doing this. Compiled with everything, not being able to grieve your mom, getting back like 3 weeks later, getting back to work, right? And then like thinking that you had friends, and then these people betray you, Tori and um Kelsey. Oh my God, how I would be so embarrassed that something like that is going to live on. This documentary is going to be there forever, and you have been documented on the fucking wrong side of history, literally on the wrong side of history. And she said, I'm ready for everybody to eat their motherfucking words, and everybody's gonna have to eat my motherfucking ass, actually, exactly when the verdict came down. And I'm so glad there was a guilty verdict. I'm so glad he is behind bars, and he keeps trying to get out. You ain't never getting out, motherfucker. Never. Never.
Cause you're going to jail, bitch.
I said, shout out to the girls who were on the right side of her story. I said, I know Savannah is cutting her eyes at LeBron. LeBron in the camera going like this. Free Tory. Free Tory. Nigga, what? What? But LeBron James is the same nigga that was just rejoicing that Big Meech, a drug trafficker, was released. He was happy. Welcome home. LeBron James, something ain't right. Something ain't right. I don't think I would ever see Kobe Bryant, even Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. I wouldn't see none of the greats on camera going like this, cheering on a motherfucker who just shot a woman, my nigga. Ugh.
Tired ass, po ass, raggedy ass, slow ass niggas.
I would be embarrassed if LeBron James was my father and he's been documented. Talking about free Tory? And then y'all think he's somebody, some upstanding man in his relationship to his wife. Why the fuck would I protect a man who shot me? What type of self-hating bullshit is that? I'm not protecting nobody who shot me. I don't give a fuck. And you shouldn't protect nobody who's committed a crime, especially committed a crime against you. Never. Joe Budden talking about, oh, she said she did it to protect the black man. So the expectation was, you stupid bitch, protect him all the way into the end so that he can remain free and terrorize other men and women and probably end up children. Because the children can see eye to eye with that motherfucker. So they probably think that he's one of them. She said, I'm tired of being on edge and I'm tired of acting like I'm not. That's it. Be honest, speak. I love that she was on stage saying, we gotta keep talking, we gotta talk, we gotta speak, we gotta say what's on our mind, we gotta speak. Because part of abuse, a part of the people getting away with abuse is that we don't speak. And part of the reason, I think one of the variables, there's so many reasons why people don't speak, but I think one of the variables is you don't want to be seen that somebody got you. You don't want to look like the victim, even though you are the victim. And that literally goes, it goes into victim blame. I feel like it's a facet of victim blaming when a woman is like, I'm no victim. I'm not no victim. I'm not. You heard Drea. Drea did it the other day. I'm not a victim. A victim of what, Drea? What would you be a victim? Like this thing where you don't want to be a victim. Okay, you're not a victim. She was a victim. She has been victimized. If you don't think it happened to her, like she said, it's not for you. This happened to me. I know it happened to me. I know I was shot. I know who shot me. That's it. She got on the stand. You did not. So you will sit 10 years, brother. 10 years. She was harmed and she kept working despite so much hate. And for what? What did she do? What did Megan Thee Stallion do? You know what she did? She's a woman living in her full expression to include her sexuality. And if a man is not in control of that, he does not like you. Why do you think that the men sit on the internet in digital spaces all day focused on the women who don't want them? Focus on the women who are independent. They never talk about the women who are dependent and submissive and compliant. They talk about the ones who aren't, because those bitches need to be put in line. And what do we call those bitches? Witches, right? Whores, right? All the things to make you have a negative view at a woman living in her full agency, her full expression, her full sovereignty, not under the rule or thumb of any motherfucking man on down to the fucking religion, bitch. No man. None. None. I was watching a documentary about Yogi Bhajan, who started Kundalini yoga. Ironically, that was like the second type of yoga that I was practicing. First was Hatha, and then it was Kundalini yoga. I even have a VHS for Gurumukh. She taught Kundalini yoga. Yes. And I have a VHS. That's how long. And they talked about him, a liar, harming young women and girls, a yogi, a yogi. And guess what? There are some of his followers who are denying that he did any of the things that he did to the children and to the women. All the women sitting around him just looking up, eyes dizzy. on down to the religion. When a woman is completely released herself from any of this white male hetero Christian thin rule book, don't fall in line with it, you're not in compliant with them, they hate her, and that's who they focus on. They want to cage all the girls. She's uncaged, free, shaking her ass. They can't stand it. If a man was making money off of Megan shaking her ass, he wouldn't have a problem with it. But ain't no niggas making money. She owns her masters. Nobody. And the fact that she keeps rising despite of all the people who look like her, who are tearing her down, pulling at her legs, trying to pull her off her square, and she keeps succeeding, keeps rising. It's a beautiful thing. Gail asking her, I wish that she had a publicist to tell her not to answer the question or simply said that's not important, because Gail would then have to explain why is it so important to know, because men kill women they've fucked every day. What now? But she didn't think that. She thought she was sitting across from a woman who was going to handle the situation that she's been through responsibly. It was irresponsible for Gail to ask her if she fucked that man, because it has nothing to do with nothing. And if you think it has anything to do with anything, you get down in the comments and you tell me, what does Meg having sex with Tori, what does that have to do with anything? She lied about it. She put it on her mother. I'm sure her mother was okay with it. Put it on me. Lie until you can't. Until you got to put your hand on a book of fables, then you tell the truth. But until then, lie. And who the fuck is Gail? Just like Darren said, you're a stranger, bitch. I don't know you. This is a motherfucker I done fucked on a drunk night. He caught me in a drunk night, out of my mind. You heard her? And for the people acting like they don't understand, that is ridiculous. And the people saying, if she lied, who did she lie on? She lied, and it was Kelsey. Then let me tell you something. I don't know a man. I don't know. We can probably, but I don't know of anyone. I'm sure that there are, because there's always some. A man who has taken the rap for a woman. For a woman. They wanted one of those two bitches to go down, not him. Anybody but Tori. If it was Kelsey, send her off. If it was Meg, send her off. But it was Tori. Lock arms with him and support him and uplift him and call her a liar. I'm glad she took a break. She took a break, came back, refreshed. She was like, I feel like a new me. I had to, get some shit out, cry. She was in the bed. She said she was in the bed for a couple of days, and she really felt like it would just be better not to be here. But no, baby, they would have won had that happened. Can you imagine? I don't even want to imagine that. And I'm so glad she got help when she realized, okay, look, this is getting bad. I cannot even get out of the bed. I'm glad that she got help for that. And she started her website and they showed her SNL performance. I saw that SNL performance. She wanted to cry. She, started choking up while she was rapping. She was going through a lot. And again, back to this thing where she was the victim. She was victimized. And for people to act like she was not the victim, and then for her to be like, I was the victim, for her accepting, like, I was victimized, I was harmed, this happened to me, I know what happened to me, nobody can say that it didn't. And if you did say that it didn't happen to her, the outcome of this is not for you. The outcome is not for you. I really liked the theme of her, like, being honest with feeling sad, feeling bad, having like feeling like that, but then also showing her trying to persevere. And I think so many women do that, like, just ignore it, like, I could get past, I'm gonna shake it off, I'm just gonna keep going. No, something happened to you. And just like she said, in therapy, like, she had to rewire because she kept going through the events. That's so traumatic. She kept going through it, and then she had to learn in therapy how to look at it a different way, how to let that play out a different way, so that she's not feeling like it's over. You know, I'm so glad she got therapy. I'm really, really glad. Um, what else? Yeah, like I said, I'm really glad that she said this happened to me. I know this happened to me. If you don't think it happened, this isn't for you. She's the victim. She was the one who was harmed. And then everybody, and it's classic. And I don't think people understand that because the same the same they use the same thing on black people, like you're the cause of this, you victim blaming, and then for other people to do that in like small things that are happening, like blaming the victim, literally trying to find a reason for to excuse or to, I don't know, make sense of what happened. There must be a reason why he took out a gun and shot her. What did she do? What did she say? What did she have on? What's the reason behind this? Outside of him being an angry short person, his ego. And then like coming out talking about, yeah, this good dick. It's, girl, where that's why nobody wants anybody to lie and say they didn't have sex. Didn't I say that? Nobody wants anybody to lie on them to say, I had sex with this guy. No, I didn't. I am going to lie about it actually, because girl, what? Mm-mm. Good dick had me fucking two best friends. According to, I thought that Kelsey had never had sex with him. So I don't know. I thought that that was not the case. Y'all tell me. That's what I had understood, that Kelsey never really, she didn't sleep with him. Mm, y'all tell me. Anyways, yeah, look at Meg's situation as an example and work your best. Try to, like, sticking up for men. Like someone's like, she stuck up for him, she lied. No, that's something that has to be unlearned. He harmed you. Do not stick up for him. He doesn't care enough about you. He violated you. Don't stick up for him. Don't protect him. When you can safely say who the person is that harmed you, say it. Say it out of your mouth. Speak up about it. Yes, there are always going to be people who are going to side with the man. The society is programmed. This is a patriarchal program that is running in this through this system. That's the program. You have to unlearn the program. All of us have been socialized in this way. You have to unlearn the programming to protect someone who has harmed you. We have to learn how to do that, to speak up, share our stories, so that you're not protecting the person who harmed you. No. And they want you to be ashamed. They want you to feel guilty, because that guilt and shame silences you. That guilt and shame has you thinking you're the only one going through this, and you're not. We have historical evidence, generations of evidence to show you how these people show up, right? How these people show up, how violent they are, how stuck in their ego they are, how they want to harm women. We've seen it. All of them, all of them. From the yogi, like I said in my caption the other day, from a yogi to a music mogul to a random nigga down the street to a stockbroker. Like, this is how they're socialized. This is how they're programmed. This is how they come out of the factory, right? Aren't you trying to find one that is defective, because they're all socialized the same? The defective ones like Russell Wilson, right? Because the men can't stand him, right? Because you went and you're a black male athlete and you went and married a single black uh, mother. That's completely off code. What the fuck is wrong with you? So you're going to be everything in the book because you went off the script. You were never supposed to go in that direction. Why the fuck would you go in that direction? And then keep having babies, then get married and have babies and more babies and more babies, and then take care of another man's kid? Girl, get that nigga out of here. He is a horrible representation of manhood, the way that they have defined manhood. The way that they define manhood is to dominate, exploit, control, suppress, oppress. That is the script, that is the program, that is everything they have outlined for you under this system, is to have you in a submissive, oppressive, exploitative role as a free laborer, and then slap his name on everything. Slap his motherfucking name on everything. Have you so fucked up in the head that you run around wanting to attach yourself to your greatest threat, beating a nigga over the head to marry you, being proud to take on some niggas,
Tired ass, po ass, raggedy ass, slow ass niggas.
rusty, musty, funky ass last name. They do not like the women who are confident in their sexuality, tall. They can't say she got a BB, or they can't go out at her about her body because it's all natural. They can't. I'm glad she was able to tell her story. I'm glad that she documented it. I'm glad all the people's faces are in there who was speaking out against her. History. We set the record. There it is. Let me know what y'all thought about it. I did think it was good. I'll probably watch it again because it is actually a really good documentary. And shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. We've always been supportive of her here. We've always been on the right side of the shit. We've always been dragging Tory fucking Lanez by his motherfucking buckles and his little loafers. Yes, we've been dragging him, and we hope he stays in prison for the rest. And when he's done with his prison sentence in the United States, send his ass back to Canada, bitch. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other, protect your energy, and don't forget, yes, all of them until they prove otherwise. Yes, all of you are suspect until you prove otherwise. Yes, all of them. You can get in the merch store. Anyways, take care of each other, protect your energy. We're coming back with another video. Peace.